Let's see if we got this thing going live. Let's see. Okay, how much nothing is not going live? All right, I think we got it live. I just saw it a second ago. All right, I think we got it going live. Oh my God, it's working today. Hey y'all, how you doing? All right, I think we got it going live. Yes, look at us. All right. Hey Vision, hey Fred, how y'all doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live today. Got everything going good. Got my little meditation room background jumping off. So I'm excited to finally get it right. It's only took 6 weeks for us to get here. Finally. So glad to have you. I'm going to drop the link with a couple other places to make sure they are also going to join. So let me go ahead and send that out as well. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Mastermind group. Let's look over there. And it is Sunday in Puerto Rico. So that's what y'all are hearing right now. All right. So just so you know, while we're on here, because I live on the beach in Puerto Rico, there's going to be a lot of folks that cruise out on Sunday. So that's what you're going to be listening to as we are going through this and y'all getting this information. All right. All right. So let me go ahead and get back on here. I want to make sure I see everything. And we're going to, okay, cool. All right. Oh, Wiser is Vision. Girl, you got all the names. Vision, Wiser, you got all the names. Well, all right. Welcome, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and see if my screen will share so I can get into today's knowledge and information that I want to bring to you. So let me go ahead and see. Share. Let me see. Present screen. Let's see if we got it. And let's see. Y'all let me know if you can see my screen. Let me know. All right. Let me know if you can see my screen. Let me know. I think it's live. I think we got it going on. I think we do. Let me know in the chat if you guys can see it. All right. Yes. Awesome. Thank you. Yes. All right. Look at me moving forward, baby. Moving forward. Let's go. So, as a quick recap of where we've come, we started off learning about the stock market and understanding the new face of the stock market. You know, I have my trading retreats in Puerto Rico. We got one coming up July 13th through the 19th. And in week 1, we started talking about the different players in the stock market. Then we went and really broke down the different types of investments: low risk, moderate risk, high risk. We talked about that. We talked about how stocks are bought and sold, right? We put it all together and we came up with understanding that we are retail investors who use high risk investment vehicles, individual stocks and options, using a middleman brokerage called Robinhood that gives me access to and us access to the stock market. Okay. And then we got into week 2 and we broke down the different types of investing instruments. We talked about stocks, how stocks work. We talked about mutual funds, how they work. We talked about bonds and how bonds work. Okay. Then we talked about ETFs and how they work. And I gave you a list of the top ETFs. Okay. Then I shared with you a couple of gifts because if you use these links, you can make money just by opening up an account at a brokerage like Robinhood or Webull. Then we got into week 3. Now, week 3 messed us up because for some reason I couldn't go live. And so I had to do it from my phone. So I was doing a lot of winging it and sharing information because I couldn't share my slides. But that's okay. Technology does what technology does every now and then. And I have different boot camps where I teach people the basic information of the stock market. If you're interested in one of the boot camps, by all means, inbox me, send me a message. My website is stockoptionstradingacademy.com. I want to go ahead and pull that up so that way you can see it. All right. So this is the website. Let me see if it's coming up. Yes, it's coming up slowly. There we go. All right. So now, if you're ever interested in inboxing me, just go ahead, come down here to the contact us form and let me know who you are, your email, and let me know, hey, I want to take a beginner's course. I want to take a charting course. I want to take your Wolf of Wall Street course, whatever. This is where you go. The website is stockoptionstradingacademy.com. All right, let's get back over here. So now, then we got into week 4. In week 4, we started really breaking down and understanding how the stock market works. Okay. We talked about being buyers and sellers and how we come together through Robinhood or Webull or Schwab, which is a broker, and how that gives us access directly to the stock exchange. I shared with you the different brokerages out there. There's a gazillion of them out there that you can choose to make your investments. I talked about the different order types, and I talked about the pros and cons of each one. And then I started breaking down bull market versus bear market and what the difference of that was. And then I gave you a chart that is a perfect example of a bullish chart and a bearish chart. Okay. And then I talked about teaching you how to look at a chart from different time frames and how you have to do that so that you can understand what's happening at the moment, at the day, for an hour, for a week, for a month. There's all different time frames, and we have to do something called multiple time frame analysis to understand, is it a good time for us to get into the market or not? And then we went into week 5 and we started talking about how to make a living trading stocks, right? How to make money versus how to lose money. All right. And I broke down the different steps of what most people do and how it makes them lose money. And I told you very clearly, this is what people do to lose money. Don't do these things. Okay. And I broke it down very clearly so that everybody could see themselves and realize, okay, this is the wrong way to do it. So now let me work on doing the right way. Okay. And I told you that you have to have a solid methodology or strategy. And these are some of the strategies that I've created, right? And I shared with you how my strategies are trademarked and the rest of them are finishing the trademark process because it takes 1.5 years to get your trademarks completely done. Okay. And then we talked about how to read stock charts for beginners. All right. And then I welcomed you to check out my link tree where you can find out the information of the different classes that I offer. So that brings us to week 6. We got 2 more weeks after this. So what are we going to talk about in week 6? We're going to talk about how to read stock tickers and charts. That's what we're going to talk about today. So I know many of you have probably seen this, okay? And I'm just going to pull it up real quick so you can see it for yourself, okay? I'm sure many people have seen this before, all right? This is an idea of how it scrolls across. If you ever watch CNBC or MSNBC, you've probably seen this at the bottom of the screen going across. Now, do you know how to read it? Let's talk about that. So now, you may have seen it looking like this, or you may have even seen it looking like this. All right. Now, when I took myself on a field trip to New York, I went to the American Stock Exchange. It is a smaller stock exchange that focuses on small cap stocks and options. By the way, in 2008, the American Stock Exchange was acquired by the New York Stock Exchange, and now it's called the NYSE American, the New York Stock Exchange American. Okay. I went here in 2018. You can see right there, October 18, 2018. Now, this is the New York Stock Exchange. Okay. It's the largest stock exchange in the world by market capitalization, and its headquarters are located at 11 Wall Street in New York. Now, Behind me right here, this is a bigger picture of what's behind me. There is a ticker tape that's going by. And I'm showing you this because you can look here, or you can look online, or you can look on MSNBC, and you'll see this movement going throughout. This is called ticker tape. What I want to do is I want to break this down so you know exactly what all this means. So, whenever you see it, you'll have a stock with its ticker symbol. The ticker symbol is the abbreviation for the company. So this one is Microsoft. So the abbreviation is anywhere from 1 to 4 letters usually, that has a tie to the stock. We know Microsoft is spelled the way it's spelled, and we break it down MSFT. Then you'll see something like this, which tells you how many people have bought or sold the stock. Then it gives you the current price of the stock. And then you have an arrow showing you the direction of if the stock is down or if the stock is up. And it tells you how much it's down or how much it's up. So if we go back over here to the ticker tape, this right here is a ticker symbol of a company. This one is a ticker symbol of a company. MER is Merck, okay, which is a in the medical industry. So the current price is 702, and it's telling us that it's down 14 cents. So all of these are specific companies, the current price of the company, and how much it's up or down. Green is meaning it's up. So it's up 98 cents, this particular one. Whereas over here, we were looking at Merck. Merck is red, so it's down 14 cents. That is the baseline of what this is. It's giving you all the companies by their ticker symbol, the current price of it at that moment, and the value that it's up or down relative to the day before, the trading day before. That's what all these are. Very, very, very simple. So whatever this one was, it's up $2.25. Whatever this one is, RMC right here, it's up 98 cents. So that is how you read ticker tape. So now we can look at the stocks that are important to you. You can create your own lists, and you can say, okay, I like NVIDIA. Here is the ticker symbol for NVIDIA. Here is the current price of NVIDIA. Okay. And it's up $6.09 or 5.27%. Okay. Y'all know I always teach you in terms of percent or ROI, because that way we can understand relative to different stock prices or different people's investment. So as an example, this one here, it's up 3.86%. This one is up 3.17%. But you see how they're different prices? All right. So that's why the equalizer is always the percent increase or the percent decrease, because it doesn't matter if it's $249 or $183. These are all up 3%. Okay. So that's why I always teach people ROI. Okay. And of course, this here is the price amount that it's up. Okay. So this is up $6 and it's up 5%. This one is up $1.48. It's up 3.9%. And you see, these are very close in value. Okay. This is up 3.9%, and it's only up $1.48 in terms of dollars. But this one is very close to this one, up 3.86%, but it's up $9. So again, this is a visual representation of why it's important to understand the percent value over the cash dollar amount. Okay, because this is equalizing it. Okay, these are almost the exact same, but it's equalizing the increase for these two stocks, which are clearly very, very, very different in value. Okay, this is up, this is $39. It's up 3.9%. This is almost $250. It's also up 3.89%. Very close. So that's why I always teach people understanding the value of ROI, return on investment. All right. So now, so we got our different stocks. We got NVIDIA, NVDA is the ticker symbol. You got the United States Steel, US Steel, which is X, that's his ticker symbol, which is odd because usually it has something to do with the name of the company. This one doesn't, okay? But usually it does. You have Tesla, which is the ticker symbol TSLA, excuse me. TSLY is a money maker. That's why it came out my mouth so fast. And then we have ArcelorMittal, and the ticker symbol is MT. We have Coinbase, the ticker symbol is Coin. And we got Beyond Meat, and the ticker symbol is BYND. Okay. All right. So now we're understanding the different ticker symbols. Y'all got to excuse, we got somebody rolling by with their Jeep and down and the music playing. So give me 1 second to jam real quick. What's so funny is when you look at these cars that roll by, they have like 20 speakers and people are inside, like 8 people are inside the car, and you're knowing that their ears are being blown out. But that's what they do. It's, hey, you gotta let folks do what they do, okay? All right, so now we understand how the ticker symbols are normally taken from the name of the stock, okay? You don't have to memorize them, but after you start doing them and trading with them over time, you'll pick it up very quickly. Okay. Now I want to teach you this right here, because now we're going to get a little bit more into reading the stock chart. So now here we have Microsoft, and as you can see, the ticker symbol is MSFT. Okay. Now over here, this is the last price of Microsoft, $388.56. Underneath here in green, it says plus or up $9.79. Okay. Now, if we look at this chart, you see how right here in blue, it says 1D. That means the change in price or the price action for 1 day. And we can see it started off over here, it went up a little bit, came back down. Some of y'all know what that's called. We call it a double bottom. It's the letter W. Whenever you see it, it's called a double bottom. All right. And we know that this is a way for us to make money because we can read. I've taught people how to read this, decipher that, and know when to get into the investment. All right. So now some folks may have gotten in when they saw the double bottom hit, and then the stock took off, and then it kind of leveled out toward the end of the day. Okay. Now, one thing I want to call your attention to is this down here. Down here, it says previous close. What that means is you can always come here and find out what was the last price of the stock from the day before when the market was open. What was the last price of the stock? So we can see now, how did they get this 9.79? They took this price that it was the last price when the market closed the day before, 378, and the current price, and all they did was subtract these two numbers, and that's how they get 9.79. All right. So always come down here to get an idea of what was the last price of the stock the day before when the market was open. What was the price as at the moment the market closed at 4 p.m. Eastern time? Okay. So that's how you get this 9.79. Now I want to show you the same stock, but check this out. Now we're looking at, well, why is it red when it was green over here? Why is it red? Well, some people might see that now I am looking at the 1Y chart. This is the 1 year chart. So this gives me the entire price action for the last 365 days. Okay. So now I see, okay, so a year ago, it was over here at about 420. It got as high as about 470. Then it started coming down. Then it started going up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And then it finally hit this low point right here. Now, we can see now that over the past year, the price of the stock is down $28 compared to where it was 1 year ago. Okay. So the current price stays the same as here. Okay. The current price is still the same, but the difference in price is representative of the time frame. So this time frame is a day, whereas this time frame is 1 year. All right. Now, one thing that we all have heard, and this is a perfect teaching moment and maybe a chance for you guys to make some money. We've all heard the saying, buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. Well, look at where we are right here, y'all. This is the low point for the whole year. So if we pay attention to that saying, buy low, sell high, then that would give us an indication that now is the time to buy some Microsoft stock. Now would be a good time to get into an investment in Microsoft because you're getting in at the low point. All right. Now, you also, some people can also see down here that there is another, make sure if I make this a little bit bigger so you can see it, that is another, I'm circling it with my mouse, that is another example of an entry point. Okay. Because we see that thing that's called a double bottom that looks like a letter W. And some of us also know to look at something and see if it's a letter V. Okay. So visually, an entry point on a stock chart looks like a letter W, and that is a double bottom. It can also look like a letter V or also like a letter U, excuse me. Okay. So now we have a good understanding of how to read a stock chart for a day versus how to read it for a year. And now we can get an idea of should we get into an investment or not based on where it is, the price on a stock chart. I always teach my clients, look at the 1 year stock chart so you can get a bigger viewpoint and understanding of, is it a good time to buy? All right. Well, all right. That is it for today. Let me fix this. This shouldn't be like that. It should be 1Y. Okay. Later on, we're going to get into how to read a stock chart at an even deeper level. Okay. So this is way next level stuff. In my Dr. Kelly's Wolf of Wall Street course, which we just had week 4 this past Thursday, we got into how to read stock charts. We got into how to start understanding this language because it's just a language. It's something you might not know, but just like you might not know how to read German or you might not know how to read French, it's just a different language. And all you need is for somebody to teach you how to read that language. So that's what we did this past Thursday night. And also in my TikTok shop, I have a chart reading 101 course. Here's the link here. I have a chart reading 102 course, which is the link here. And I have a live chart reading 103 course, which is coming up on April 5th at 6 p.m. All right. So if you're interested in learning how more in depth to read a stock chart, you're more than welcome to go to my TikTok profile and click on those classes where you can get these, which are past trainings. They were live classes and then they turn into a training. Okay. So that's why it says training video, training video. This one says live class. All right. So that's all for today. I look forward to seeing you next week where we'll do a deeper dive into understanding chart reading. Have an amazing day. Glad you joined me, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a good one. All right, good job. Fred said he heard about double bottoms but didn't know what it meant. All right, learn something new today. Great job. All right, y'all, take care and have an amazing rest of it. You're very welcome, Fred, and I will see you guys next go round.